So I spent the weekend a little frustrated with the meta. It's well, I guess I spent the start of the season a little frustrated with the meta. It's not my thing personally, um, and I know Agamotto everybody's loving, as well as Isan, but it's not my play style. Um, Agamotto is, but I just hate cards that are overtuned that just take over and dominate the meta. Yes, I like a strong card, right? I don't want it to be weak, but anyhow. So I thought, all right, how can I fight this? And the answer that came to mind was Valkyrie. And if I'm using Valkyrie, then I got to find ways that I can make it a bit more reliable. That's the word I'm looking for. And so I'm utilizing cards like Invisible Woman and Ghost to hide or throw priority, stuff like that. So in this deck here, we've got Wasp, Hood, Sentry. Those are all for throwing cards out that you want to flip over to with the Valkyrie. Squirrel Girl is good for filling up lanes, making sure that you have uh, more cards than your opponent, or at least equal to. Ant-Man is a good one for filling a location, and then, of course, he gets the buff, so that helps you to win that location once you Valkyried it, as well as the Demon from the Hood. Hawkeye. Kate Bishop is doing double duty. She's throwing acid arrows over. She's moving stuff you might want moved. And then she's got her two really good arrows for providing power. Absorbing Man is what you hide behind Invisible Woman. So Invisible Woman and then Absorbing Man directly after. And then you can either Shang-Chi into Absorbing Man, or you can Valkyrie into Absorbing Man. Really, really good. And I cannot stress this enough because I did a lot of playtesting and it was hard to get used to. Remember to check if you have Ghost out, because it makes all the difference, because your opponent is going to whiff a lot of the times, and they're going to throw out their big stuff, or they're going to not have a choice to, and then you can, even if you have priority, Ghost will allow you to not have priority going into that last turn, and then you can better easily do your plays. Claws there to add extra power into a lane you might need. So if say Invisible Woman on 2, Absorbing Man or Invisible Woman on 2 or 3, Absorbing Man on 4, Claw on 5, and then you can either Shang-Chi or Valkyrie on 6. If you Shang-Chi, you can play a couple more cards. Valkyrie, you can play, just the Ant-Man or the Demon or whatever. And then Wasp wherever you need to get that extra card. So I really like that deck. It's pretty free, relatively free to play. I've got a couple more variations on it. So this is a Doom 2099 variant. Doom 2099. The Doombots are real good candidates for getting hit by the Valkyrie because they're ongoing. It's just gonna add more power, especially since they got nerfed. Now, this does have Negasonic in the deck, just to guard a location, and then you can Doctor Doom from another location, or Shang-Chi. If they throw something in there, cool, whatever. Ghost is in here to throw priority again, and Invisible Woman as well, so that you can reliably get the Valkyrie and the Shang-Chi off. One thing to mention with this is if you place something behind Invisible Woman on the same turn that you stage Invisible Woman, it does not count as it counts as one card played. So everything that's behind Invisible Woman doesn't count as played until the end of the game. Now, that matters because it won't proc Doom 2099. So Invisible Woman played with something else on a turn in the Invisible Woman lane. So you play Invisible Woman and then you play, Ant-Man, let's say, right directly behind her on turn 3. or turn 5. Doom 2099 will proc because it's only counting Invisible Woman is played, the rest are staged. However, once the game ends, you won't, if you one card flips over, it won't proc Doom 2099. It's just end of game effects don't proc Doom 2099. Invisible Woman keeps or allows you to get past the one card per turn. And here we have a Ajax Affliction version of the deck. So if you're using Invisible Woman, what's a good card to play behind Invisible Woman but Hazmat? Hazmat allows you to proc the Ajax, and you can do something like Invisible Woman, Absorbing Man, and Hazmat, all three stacked in a lane. And then your other turns can look like Ajax into Valkyrie or whatever. Anti-Venom allows you to play another card for free. You got the Luke Cage so that you can keep your cards from going down in power. So, just a good Affliction variant of the deck. And then, not as good, in my opinion, but there is the Cerebro 3 variant of the deck. And, it's all about playing 3 cost down, or 3 power down, and then using Cerebro and Mystique to boost it up. But it's not as reliable as some of the other decks, but it is an option, especially depending on what your collection level is and your MMR and all that. It's not a bad deck, it's just not as good as the other ones. But the premise is the same. You've got your Absorbing Man, your Valkyrie, your Shang-Chi, which happen to all be 3 power, and so it works really well with the Cerebro Mystique. And that's it. Just some really nice decks to counter the meta, something fresh to play. Nobody's playing Ghost, at all. But yeah, let me know what you think of the decks, if you have any, how you're feeling about the meta at all. I do have a video on Starbrand going up. It's going to be an incredible card, so look out for that. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Got some gameplay highlights for you. Check them out.